As we come on the air tonight, President Biden is returning home from Europe and the most consequential trip of his presidency. We begin with the stark warning the president made in Poland, telling Vladimir Putin, don't even think about moving on one single inch of NATO territory. Underscoring the peril of this moment, shortly before the president's speech, Russian missiles rained down on western Ukraine, some 50 miles from the Polish border and NATO's doorstep. Plumes of smoke seen rising over the western Ukrainian city of Lviv, once seen as something of a safe haven for those fleeing the violence in the rest of the country. The backdrop of President Biden's speech was Warsaw's royal castle, which was destroyed by Nazi bombardments during World War II and rebuilt decades later. The president vowed to defend democracy, telling the people of Ukraine, we stand with you. But tonight, the White House is playing cleanup. After the president said Putin cannot remain in power, White House officials are saying that's not really what he meant. We have team reporting from the region. ABC's chief White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, leads us off from Warsaw.
In front of a crowd waving American, Ukrainian, and Polish flags, President Biden in Warsaw today delivering a powerful defense of democracy and a direct warning to Vladimir Putin.
Don't even think about moving on one single inch of NATO territory.
The president got personal.
For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
The White House later had to play cleanup, saying he was not calling for regime change. But the president did say that Ukraine will never be a victory for Russia, calling Putin's invasion a strategic failure.
Rather than breaking Ukrainian resolve, Russia's brutal tactics have strengthened the resolve. Rather than driving NATO apart, the West is now stronger and more united than it has ever been.
The president telling Putin his actions are hurting his country.
As a result of these unprecedented sanctions, the ruble almost is immediately reduced to rubble.
Saying the Russian people are not our enemies. And he had a warning for allies.
We must remain unified today and tomorrow and the day after, and for the years and decades to come. It will not be easy. There will be cost.
And a message for the Ukrainian people.
We stand with you. Period.
A jam-packed final day in this high-stakes trip, the president and his top aides sitting down for his first in-person meeting with Ukrainian officials since the war started. And at the table with Poland's leader, President Biden offering reassurance, saying America has an obligation under NATO rules to defend its allies.
We take Article 5 as a sacred commitment, not a throwaway, a sacred commitment that relates to every member of NATO.
The president also coming face-to-face with this humanitarian crisis, meeting with refugees today, picking up this young girl, asking the translator to give her a message.
I don't speak Ukrainian, but tell her I want to take her home.
The president moved.
I'm always surprised by it, is the depth and strength of the human spirit. I mean it sincerely. And it's incredible. It's incredible. See all those little children? Just want to hug. Just want to say thanks. It just makes you so damn proud.
Mindful of the reason all these families have been forced to flee their homes, Vladimir Putin.
He's a butcher.
And let's get right to Cecilia Vega traveling in Warsaw with the president. And Cecilia, President Biden seemed to be preparing Europe for a long fight again with Russia.
Yeah, John, this is a point that he made repeatedly during this speech. He says that sanctions are tough and ultimately they will get Vladimir Putin to change its course. But he is warning the world, he is warning Europe that this is a war that is not going to end in days. It is not going to end in weeks. In fact, he told them, steel yourselves for the long haul. But John, he said, ultimately, this is the task of our lifetimes.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.